Here today I'm going to start my United and Stromwind card review. So this is going to be broken down to 11 videos, one for each class plus neutrals. And before I get started, get some things I want to mention. So how I'll be rating cards is 5 stars is a strong meta-defining card. A 4-star card is a really good card, but not like quite 5-star level. A 3-star card is a good card that sees meta play. A 2-star card is a card that sees French play, so like a tech card and something like that. And then 1 is a trash, unplayable card. So, let's get into it. Starting with Demon Hunter, we're going to start with the... and before I mention, quest lines are... They start in your hand, and you have to complete a reward up to 3 times. And then the keyword of the set is tradable. And tradable is you can put this into your deck and spend a mana to draw a card. So, yeah, pretty good. So let's start off with the quest line. Final Showdown. Draw 4 cards on 1 turn. So stage 1 is draw 4 cards on 1 turn, reduce the cost of the cards drawn by 1. Stage 2 is draw 5 cards on 1 turn, reduce the cost of the cards by 1. And then draw 5 cards in a turn. You get Demon Slayer Kurtrus, and Kurtrus is for the rest of the game. Cards you draw cost 2 less. This seems terrible. Like, the first stage, you're probably just gonna play Skull Gul'dan, because you get the card you draw counts towards this, and it says just draw 3 cards. And if you're playing OTK Demon Hunter, the reductions don't really matter by then, because most of the stuff is free. And yeah, the other stage is just drawing 5 in a turn is just really hard. And by the time you've had to have drawn 14 cards plus probably like another like 10, so your deck's only have like 6 cards in your deck. So discounting these cards is useless. I'm gonna give this a 1. I don't think this is gonna see play. And by the way, I'm rating cards in standard. The reason I don't want to rate cards in wild is because most of the cards are gonna be trash in wild. But I'll talk about a card if it has like cool synergies in wild. So yeah, that's the Final Showdown. Metamorphin, 1 mana 1/2 Murloc with Taunt. Battlecry if you've cast a Fell Spell, start game +2/+2. It's a good card in like a Fell Spell deck, but I don't think you're really going to be playing Fell Spells. You're probably going to be either playing OTK or Death Rattle still, and this doesn't fit any archetypes. I'll give it a 2, because it's not a bad card, but it's just, I don't know what this fits into. Sigil of Alacrity, 1 mana Shadow Spell. Starting your next turn, draw a card, reduces its cost by 1. This is a really good card. It fits really well into OTK Demon Hunter. It's kind of like double jump. And the reduction on the card is like huge. Like if you had like a Moarg or Il'gynoth or just any combo piece that's really good in OTK, I think this card is really good. The problem with it is I don't know what you would cut for it because the list is super tight right now. OTK Demon Hunter, but this is really good. It's really bad to hit off Skull, but it's a really good card. I might give it a 4. I think it's really good. Fell Barrage, 2 mana Fell Spell, deal 2 damage to the lowest health enemy twice. So this can also hit the face if the face is low health. Don't know what this is going into though. This card just seems bad. Like I don't really see why you'd play this. I'll give it a 1. Just don't skip. Cast Leech, 3 mana Fell Spell, life steal, deal 3 damage to a minion, so that's literally I-Beam. First stage of I-Beam. Outcast, deal 5 instead. So instead of making the card cost 1, make it deal 5. This is just worse than I-Beam. Like, you're not running this in OTK Demon Hunter. Yeah, I'll give it a 2, because it's not a terrible card. Like, that with an Outcast, it's basically better Tidal Surge than Shaman, but yeah, like, you're not running this in OTK or anything, so I think it's going to be pretty bad. And I-Beam is just way better in, like, any other DH archetype. Lion's Frenzy, 3 mana 0/2 weapon, has attacking equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. This card sucks. Like, yeah, this is just a 1. Like, there's not much to say, it's just awful. Like, really any weapon is better than that. Fellgorger, 4 mana 4/3, battlecry draw, Fell Spell, reduces cost by 2. Not very many Fell Spells you want to reduce with this. And yeah, this card's also pretty trash. I'll give it a 1. Don't see this seeing play. Persistent Peddler, 4 mana 3/4 tradable Death Rattle. So summon this thing again. The good thing is if you've drawn this card already, you can trade it in and then summon the other one. It's kind of like Powdered Shredder, where you draw a card, but you have to run 2 of these things in your deck. The good thing about it is you could just trade it away. I don't know if you'd run this in Death Rattle, probably not. I'll give it a 2. It's not terrible, but just want to see it play. Ironbound Brute, 7 mana, 6/7, taunt, costs 1 less for each card you've drawn this turn. Good in like card draw decks, but if you play this off Skull, it's like it's free, right? But yeah, like I just don't know what deck you're running this in. Like they try to push like draw Demon Hunter, and that's just not gonna work. Cause like you don't have like Nomi or anything or any sort of win condition. You just play stuff. I'll give this a 2. It's a good card. Like getting off Skull is insane, but this thing will probably clog your Skull for being outcast more than it'll be good with Skull. And then the last card, Jace Darkweaver, 8 mana 7/5, cast all spells you play this game, target enemies if possible, so it's like Solarian Prime, where if there's no enemy it can target, it'll just hit your own dudes, but if there's enemies, it'll go there. There's just not enough foul spells to support this, so I'll give it a 2. Like, this card can see play in the future for sure if there's way better foul spells, but right now, this is just not a good enough win condition. So yeah, that's Demon Hunter. The only card that got higher than a 2 or 3 was Sigil Alacrity. So Demon Hunter set's looking kind of weak. Yeah, thanks for watching. Druid should be next, and I'll just go in order from there.